Hey, how's it going? David Franzen here. How you doing? Just want to make a quick video tonight about something that's been on my mind the last couple days, and that is online marketing information overload. Now, I know if you've been around the internet for a while and you've been trying to learn how to make money and figure out how to get it done, wow, there's no shortage of information, is there? Um, And it was even more apparent and clear to me this past week. I went to a mastermind event for my company in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And it was a great event. And we had great speakers. Some of the top earners in the industry were there. And we learned a lot of good, valuable information. Um, but therein lies the problem. There was so much good information that when I got back home, and I've been home about 4 days now, I was faced with the dilemma of, okay, what do I do first? Where do I go? And it almost paralyzes you. So I just want to give you a couple suggestions that I actually learned while I was at the event. And unfortunately, I've been having a little harder time applying it. I guess it's easier said than done. But if I could follow my own advice and give the advice to others, it would be this: don't try to implement everything. Um, and I'm going to circle back to that in a second. But the first thing of that equation that I wanted to mention is this: don't get involved with too many companies or too many programs or too many um, opportunities that you see online, because if you do that, you're going to be so distracted and not be able to keep your focus on what you're doing. That was my problem for like 3 or 4 years. I struggled online. And stop the tape if you've heard this before. I went from company to company, opportunity to opportunity, program to program, always looking for the quick, easy way to make money. And what would happen, I would try something for 2 or 3 weeks. And if I didn't see the immediate results, I would immediately just give up and quit. And that's just not the way to go about it. What I want you to first of all do is focus on one company or program or product that you believe in, and then learn how to market that product, program, or opportunity that you believe in. Okay. And give it time. Be patient. This is what I coach now. And what I tell all my students is this: have some patience and then have some persistence. Don't expect it's going to happen overnight. Have some patience. Treat this like a marathon, not a sprint. It's a journey. You're in it for the journey. And as I had a mentor tell me one time, the only way that you can be successful online, and the surest way to be successful online, is to do this one thing: sign up and don't quit. Just don't quit. Realize that it may take some time before you get it all figured out. Okay, so that's one thing. Stick with one company and just focus on them. That way you can, take some of the information overload and put it to the side. Okay, just ignore the inbox in your email of all the other opportunities and things that are coming in. I still to this day am tempted. I have things coming into my inbox. I'm like, oh, maybe I should look at that. Maybe I should take a look. So sometimes I'll mark them, flag them, whatever you want to call it. I'll put them in another folder and I'll say, hey, maybe I'll get to that later. Well, guess what? They're still sitting there. But that's okay, because I'm doing well with my opportunity that I'm in now. And so this is what I want to tell you about the information overload. So you probably took a ton of notes when you're at these live events, or if you're online at home and you're just studying and stuff like that. Don't get caught up, though, in the whole thing of just learning. At some point, you've got to implement. You've got to take action. So don't just think you have to know everything. Some people, I forget, there's a term for it, but I don't remember what it is, where people will just be caught up in that learning, and they think they have to learn everything before they do anything, and then they never take any action. So get a certain amount of information, but then implement. Still, in my marketing, what I do to this day is I'll learn a little bit and then I'll implement. I'll learn a little bit and then I'll implement. So if I've got an hour to 2 hours to spend on my business, I'll spend half that time learning something new, And maybe now that I've been doing this a while and I'm more experienced, I'm more like 2/3 of the time actually implementing rather than learning. But still, I continue to try to learn and grow. So I spend time doing that, but then I implement. So this is what I would say. Like if you go to a live event for your marketing, um, and you're getting all this great information on the plane ride back home, go through those notes. What, you didn't do that? You didn't do that on the plane ride back home? Shame on you. Anyway, I didn't either. I was had a bad flight home, and I was a little distracted by some turbulence and some things like that, so I didn't do it either. But the thing is this: go over your notes and then find out the things that you feel you would like to do, that you wouldn't hate so much doing, and then learn a little bit more about that, and then implement it. So don't think you're going to take 10 pages of notes, 20 pages of notes, whatever that you took at this event, and that you're going to come back home and you're going to implement everything within the first week or two. You're going to go through and you're going to be like, okay, day one, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Day two, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. It's not going to work because you're just going to get blah, and then you won't do anything. So that's what I'm trying to learn, and that's the advice I give you tonight is pick one or two key things that you learn. If you're at an event or if you're just studying at home and learning, pick one or two key things that you have learned or want to learn. Maybe it's one marketing strategy that you want to focus on, and then just focus on that. Maybe it's Facebook advertising. Maybe it's making YouTube videos. Maybe it's blogging. Okay, don't try to do them all. It's just you're never going to get anything done. So just pick one. Say, I want to learn how to be a better blogger. Okay, so then Google how to be a better blogger, and how to optimize my blog. And then just focus on that. And then do that for a while until you get good at it. And then maybe you'll start seeing results. And then once you start seeing those results, then maybe you move on to something else. So anyway, I just had that on my mind tonight. I want to talk about information overload with online marketing and how it can be crippling and how I want it to not be crippling for you. I'm with a great company. We teach people how to live great lifestyles, earn income working from home. If you'd like to know more about me and how I can help you reach some of your financial goals this year, 2017, please click on the link below and enter your information, and then I'll get you hooked up and going, and I'll start working with you and helping you reach some of the goals that maybe you have for yourself. So anyway, that's it for me for tonight. Thanks so much for watching, and David Franzen out.